Happy Halloween, everybody, and especially to this guy. Hi, everybody. Salad tongs, 2 of these, holding one back so that we can use it in the Halloween candy, which I totally forgot to get today. Sieve brain. I don't know if it's still chemo fog, and I'm hoping that's still temporary, but yeah, I'm getting old, people. I even lost my mic today, and I still haven't found I had a backup, thank goodness. And it's inexpensive enough. It was easy enough to buy 2 of them, but I'm glad I did because I was going to car vlog today because a lot of people have said that they enjoy when I take car rides, so I might as well take you with me. So I had to run a few errands and had it all set up, had the receiver in the phone, had the phone on the mount, and I couldn't find the mic anywhere. And I have this new Dousing pendulum that, let me show it to you. I have several pendulums, but this one's a little special. I got this one from the Edgar Cayce Foundation in Virginia Beach not long ago. So that kind of meant something because I'm not really one to buy souvenirs, but I like pendulums. So they're dowsing, just like dowsing rods when electric companies look for water, underground, for utilities before they dig. This is usually a talking point with your guides or something like that. It's very woo-woo, but it also works for finding water and things like that. But the utility companies usually use the rods. I use it to ask questions, and I keep it in my purse. So I was looking all over for my mic, and I pulled this out of my purse, and I asked, okay, is it in my car? And it said it was not. I looked all over the place. I also looked in my purse. So maybe I dropped it en route to the car. I'm not sure. So anyway, I thought I would share that with you. The stone is called aventurine. It is akin to the heart chakra, which is about love, understanding, and acceptance. And so there's my woo-woo. But I'm not done for woo-woo of the day. I want to wish the Scorpios a happy birthday, and we'll do your cards in a little bit. So the first one, this is not the day for me, but the show must go on. Okay, so this is the first thing I actually wanted to talk to you about, was the power of prayer. And I have, some of you know I bought a journal at Barnes & Noble a few months ago. You didn't see this one. I've had this one for a couple of years. All right. This is actually for prayers. I like this. I like this because it's just very cool how it opens. I'm not going to open it. Here's the thing. When I say, like in the comments, you're in my prayers, when I respond to people, you're definitely in my prayer book. So I have some of your names, or at least your usernames in there, because I don't know everyone's name. Anyway, I would open it for you, and there's a couple other things in there. Some channeling to Ayoshi, but a little bit of Reiki that I'm sending. This is an important book. And I do have a prayer list. Once it's in there, I don't always look at it every night, but I don't know that I need to. It's just, okay, you're in the book. And I do think about, I don't necessarily hold the book all the time, but I do think about the list, and I basically ask God to take care of everyone on the list. there's probably a lot more people that need to be on the list. So I say this to you because if you would like prayers, would you please, in the comments below, if it's for you, you don't have to use your name. Your username is just fine. But let me know what prayers you need. And anyone else looking at your post, let's look at all the posts, because they're going to need your prayers as well. So do that. And if you have prayers for other people, you could simply put their initial or just their first name and put down there what they need praying over. I know a lot of people in this book have cancer, and I think prayer works to a point. It can either help alleviate suffering, but I don't know. I mean, if you were supposed to walk this path, if you were supposed to leave this earth in this manner, then it really won't matter. Prayer cannot hurt. It cannot be a negative. It can only help. Perhaps it'll bring somebody out of pain, alleviate that, make the road smoother, even if the road is still going to land in a place we don't want it to land. I just don't believe it changes the fate or the destiny once the wheels are put in motion. But if it alleviates suffering, or if it helps the healing, if the healing is supposed to take place. I mean, I believe in miracles. God can do anything. And some people poo-poo prayer. A poo-poo prayer. I don't think the prayer doesn't work. I think it's important. It's sending good vibrations out there. It's sending good thoughts, whether you're religious or not. I believe the positive thoughts in the universe creates change on a universal scale. I mean, real change. And I know that's confusing from what I just said, but there are certain karmic events that are already going into motion that may not have control over. And that's when you have to realize that you can pray, but not every prayer, every prayer is answered, but sometimes the answer isn't what you want. Sometimes the answer is no. And there's always a reason for that. In the meantime, if everybody prayed for peace, I think there would be peace on earth. Why wouldn't there be? Because everybody would want it. So it would be so. So pray for other people, or just send good thoughts. And I know I'm just babbling, but I think it's that important. So sorry about that. I also have another book, and I'm going to talk to you about this next time. It's a pretty little notebook, but it is for negative thoughts. It's where I put things. I just started it recently, and I'm hoping that I'll keep that up. I tend to feel negative about certain things, and it's a good way to stop myself, because I want to spread love, not anger. So I write it down, I rip it out. That's why I chose a ring binder, and I dispose of it so it doesn't hang around. I just don't want it in the same place as my prayer book or my journal, but it is a therapeutic approach that I read about, and I'm hoping that will help me in the longer term. So we all have negative thinking, and thought is so important. Sometimes you can't help react to things though, and then you have to wonder, where am I going to put that? So I am going to talk about that a little bit in maybe my next video, because I think that is something that is just as important as sugar in your diet. It contributes to cancer. I think negative thinking can contribute to cancer. So seems like I'm just doing the video now, but I have a lot more to say on it. Anyway, so those are my 3 main books. I also keep them in different places in the house, just so they don't, I don't know, they don't overlap. It is kind of silly, but so the next thing I want to do, a little bit more woo-woo. It's very woo-woo today. So if you are not into woo-woo, I don't do that every video, so you can skip this one, but I do hope that you'll come back for the next one. So I want to say happy birthday again to Scorpio. I'm a couple days late, as is my life. Day late and a dollar short. But I want to talk about the year ahead. I've got my Ayoshi cards. And let's see what's going on for you. Ooh, I've got some cards that just fell out of the deck. I always find them very significant. So those are the cards that are going to go out first. And they cover the main card and the whole top row. Okay. Yay. All right. And I want to remind you while I'm doing this to please comment below, like and subscribe. You know I would love that because I'm always trying to grow the channel. And if you have great suggestions about growing the channel, I'm all ears on that because, you know, even though I've been on here for about a year-ish or more, I mean, I wasn't really that regular in the beginning. I still feel pretty green. Every time I turn around and I'm reading something about YouTube, the algorithms change or, you know. I do know that I get less views when I go off topic. So I don't go off topic too often when it comes to, like, you know, a ride in the country or doing the cards or something woo-woo. What happens is they don't show it to as many people as they do when it's about cancer related or doctor's appointments, that kind of thing. So I'm learning that, but that doesn't mean I don't want to go off topic because my whole niche is not just having cancer, but making every day count. So that means doing things that are not cancer. It makes sense? Okay, so the theme for your next year is going to be about finding joy. The Joy Guide is also a spirit guide. They present themselves as a child to make sure you're not taking life too seriously. And Scorpios by nature they tend to think. They're deep thinkers. And you could be overthinking your life in the next year. Perhaps you have very strong goals. Not that anybody around you would know that because Scorpio tends not to share a whole lot. Just because they're not saying doesn't mean they're not doing. So, and I think that people misunderstand Scorpio because if you don't share things, that means you're not trustworthy, and that's not true. Scorpios tend to actually be very, very loyal, but they like their little secrets, and they're sometimes would be silly to other people, but they're important to them. Okay, so going forward, the first few months, so let's talk about really November we're here. So November, December, January. So that to the end of the year, we've got a lot of harmony. A lot of things are lining up, but also can be a lot of discord. So even if things are a little disarray right now, they're going to right themselves very soon. And there's going to be an end of a cycle. So that sounds like your discord is over. You are turning a new leaf probably in the next 2 months, and it'll be a new era. So you're starting the new year pretty fresh, which is really good because I have a feeling that some of you are waiting for that. And the Doctor of Philosophy shows up by the beginning of the year as well. And that's a spirit guide also that helps you put things into perspective. And Sometimes we can't see true perspective when we're in the crapper. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people can see inward to us, or I'm not a Scorpio, but if I was, that I would say that people can see my turmoil better than I can see my own, maybe. But everything will turn around where you can see clearly and take a new vision with that in the new year. And I have another harmony card that shows up after that for the winter. Well, actually going towards spring. And there's only 2 harmony cards in a deck, and it's a good size deck. So to have them both is really, really a good thing. But the first one is a little bit more like a discord, and the second one's a lot of harmony. So February, April, I think that you're going to be cleared to make a new vision for yourself. Setting new goals is going to be very important for you in the spring. And there's new partnership. The partnership shows up in the spring and early summer. And that's going to be either about love, if you already have love in your life, as far as a romantic partner. It can be a business venture, something that you're starting with someone new. It can even be old friendships that show up you haven't seen before, but it's really about good connections. And when I see that next to the goal setting, it means you might be setting goals with someone new, or maybe not even someone new, just setting new goals with someone else. And that's probably going to be very lucrative or stable, at least. It's going to be a very sound plan, because then we show the Earth card showing up. And Earth is really about planting new roots in the ground, but it can also mean literal soil. So there is a chance that there might be some real estate dealings for you, and they're optimum in the summer. So consider that. Or if you're moving, even if you're renting and you're moving, that is like the Earth card is about the firm soil, which can be literal real estate, or it can just be about being stable. So I would say going into the autumn again next year, there's still a lot of stability. And which is interesting, because right now I can see a little bit of discord, but then it turns into stability as time goes on. So it looks like at least the year for you ends better than it began, as far as from your birthday and back to your birthday. And you are asked from the universe to have faith in those goals that you're setting. Like you've set them with other people, and now you just have to execute it. But you may have some doubts about your stability by the Earth card, and they're asking you to have faith. Okay? And with that faith is going to come strength. That's how you end it by your next birthday. A lot stronger. That's a good spread. That's good. Happy birthday, Scorpio. All right, put these away. And I actually also, when I was going to vlog, one of the places I needed to go in the car with you was to the post office. I needed to go to the grocery store too. I totally forgot the Halloween candy. Got everything but. So Chris will probably go get that, and he'll probably get all the candy that I love. That's okay. Only one more day I have to get through. And the last kid that comes to the door gets whatever's left. Okay, I did get mail. Got 2 envelopes. One was a little open. And, some wildlife. Frankie, she loves the garden. Look at this little bunny. So somebody has a bunny in the garden, I guess. Oh my gosh. A little long-haired floppy ear creature. I always wanted a bunny, but it just was not meant to be. I had hamsters. That was as close as it was getting. Hi, Francine. I hope this card finds you well. I wanted you to see the East Yorkshire coast where I live. It is a small village where we have a bird sanctuary. A lovely time can be spent walking along the cliffs, even on an autumn or winter's day. Thank you for all your videos. I enjoy them thoroughly. Take care and stay strong. Love and light, Bunny. Yes, P.S. on the back is one of my bunnies. Oh, again. But look at that. That is beautiful. That would make for a lovely walk, Bunny. Thank you so much. I have a friend in Yorkshire, but that is the one place I have not been to in England because my friend was still living in other places when I visited. But she's been in that area for a long time. And maybe one day, who knows, I can put it on the bucket list. I'll have to have a GoFundMe account for that one, for sure. Okay, well, oh, and the other letter that I got was personal. It wasn't from a viewer. But I will just say thank you, Janice. I got your note. So I think that that's it for the day. I'm going to be working on another video in the next 2 days. So I will definitely talk to you again on the weekend. All right. So until then, thank you so much. Be blessed. There will be no woo-woo in the next video. But I appreciate your indulgence, and I hope you had a good time, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. Okay, bye.